Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Green Bay Packers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. On first down, Rodgers. And his first pass is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Watch tight end, tight right. 4 down. 31.
To throw is Wilson. A throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They go play action now. Wilson. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tonyan. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
We got 4. We got 4. 31's the mic. Exit, exit. 31's the mic. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Let's go.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return comes Cobb. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, Here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down. 31's the mic. Ready, go.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
31's the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Yeah. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now a throw here to his running back. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Go, go. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. I'm here.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and end up making the play.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Packers continue to roll. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 3rd down. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He finds Corey Davis, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
45. Mike, 45.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Flushed out right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Robert Tonyan.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are at least able to knock the deficit down a bit. Fairbairn good with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and didn't do it very often.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he gets this all the way inside the Jets 20 into the red zone. It's a big play there for Green Bay. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. Touchdown! An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are pouring it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used.
Fights through, and now a crease. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Play action. Now Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Well, he does have one touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to get a score back. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off play action. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now this throw caught left side, and they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson to throw. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, touchdown, Packers. You think about the great running backs in the game today. I don't know if Aaron Jones is a name that comes immediately to mind, but it should, evidenced by that run there.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the 4th quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
All day, just like that, just like that. 31's the mic. I'm going to run.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Keep playing hard.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the option, it's Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's how we do, D. Alpha. Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic. Defense wins championships, baby.
After the sack on 1st down, Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One last shot for Wilson. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A